So does red meat cause cancer? There is no clinical interventional human trials done that link cancer with meat consumption. There are, however, many interventional trials done on oxidative stress and inflammation. In one of these trials, 37 diabetics were divided into two groups over a 6-week period. The first group ate a diet consisting of animal-based protein, 30% calorie intake. And the second group ate a diet based on plant-based protein, 30% calorie intake. At the end of this time, there was no increased markers of systematic and gastrointestinal inflammation, including IL-6 and TNF-alpha on the animal-based diet. On the other hand, calprotectin, which is a marker of gastrointestinal inflammation, showed tendencies of increasing on the plant-based diet. In another 8-week study, 60 participants were divided into two groups. The first group was a control group which stayed on their standard diet, while the second group replaced their carbohydrate plant intake with 8 ounces of red meat every day, an amount which IARC stated would increase colon cancer risk by 40%.
Our results do not support the suggestion that higher red meat intake leads to increased risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. The results of our study suggest decreased rather than increased oxidative stress and inflammation.
Still not convinced? This is what a systematic review and meta-analysis published in 2019 had to say about the IARC report.
These IARC recommendations are, however, primarily based on observational studies that are at high risk for confounding and thus are limited in establishing causal inferences. Furthermore, the organizations that produce guidelines did not conduct or access rigorous systematic reviews of the evidence, were limited in addressing conflicts of interest, and did not explicitly address population values and preferences, raising questions regarding adherence to guideline standards for trustworthiness.
Did you hear that? They're basically saying the IARC suggestions aren't to be trusted, and they wanted to perform their own rigorous analysis, which found the following.
For our review of randomized trials on harms and benefits, we found low to very low certainty evidence that diets lower in unprocessed red meat may have little or no effect on the risk for major cardiometabolic outcomes and cancer mortality and incidence. The panel suggests that adults continue current unprocessed red meat consumption.
So does red meat cause cancer? From the information I've given you, it is clear that the IARC report is not only wrong and incorrect, but is based on unreliable epidemiological studies. Red meat does not only not cause cancer. By eating red meat, you starve the cancer cells of the sugar that it relishes in order to survive. In extreme cases, Sammy Tugano claims to have been saved from her stage 4 colorectal cancer by the carnivore and keto diet. We already know that meat's great for you, as ancestrally, it's what we've been eating as humans for thousands of years. But it's great to see the scientific community waking up and capturing it in clinical studies of their own. Red meat is one of the most powerful superfoods on this planet. It's cured me. If you want to be in the peak of your health and fitness, continue to eat red meat. Now I'm going to go for a cold dip in the ocean.